Hi everyone, this is Greg, and today we're gonna talk about everyday carry or EDC. But where do we start? Well, it starts with a kiss. So, as I said in the intro, it all starts with a kiss. There's a popular acronym for KISS which says keep it simple. Well, I prefer to use the acronym keep it super simple. All right? And that will be the core of our EDC, keeping it super simple. I use this acronym when I teach my family or my kids about preparedness and EDC, so it's easier to remember. So we use the same KISS principle to remember what should we bring as our core EDC. So let's get started. All right. So KISS. So for K, we start with a knife, and it doesn't matter what kind of knife you bring. Or me personally, I'm a multi-tool kind of person, so I prefer multi-tools like Swiss Army knives or pliers style multi-tools. All right, but it doesn't matter. It depends on what your purpose is and what you regularly do. So K is for knife, and as an example, I usually bring a Swiss Army knife. All right, so that's for K. I also carry a blade holder. This is actually a utility knife blade holder. All right, and which you can take out the blade if you're not permitted to carry bladed or sharp objects to where you're going. So I just carry this one and just refill it wherever I'm at. Okay, so always check the local laws where what you can bring or not bring to certain places. Okay, so but still be prepared. Carry a knife, leave it in your car if you're going somewhere that you're not allowed to take it in. Okay, so for me, if I travel and I'm carrying this one, I just remove the blade, throw it away. Then when I arrive to where I'm going, I just buy these off, well, anywhere, hardware stores, convenience stores. You can buy these replacement utility blades and just stick them in. Okay, and this blade holder actually serves as my money clip. Okay, and depending on what I'm doing that day, I may carry a multi-tool which also has a blade on it. All right, so you see the pattern of redundancy. I carry maybe a primary knife, a secondary knife, and a tertiary knife depending on what I'm doing that day. So it depends on you, what you are willing to carry, because of course, as the number of items increase, so does the weight. Okay, if I'm camping or fishing, I might be carrying as my primary something like a Mora. This is Mora Companion HD. So I'll be carrying this when I'm camping. And as a secondary, I'll be carrying a Mora Eldris. This is a really cute, small, fixed blade knife. And as a tertiary, I'll probably be carrying a Swiss Army knife. Okay? If you notice, I don't say backup. I don't believe in backups. I believe in redundancy. Okay? Usually, when you say a backup, it's commonly inferior to your primary tool, but I believe the the secondary, or what we call backup, should be as dependable as your primary, because when you need to use your primary tool, it means you're already in some sort of trouble, or you have a problem to solve. And if your primary breaks down or doesn't work, you don't want to be second guessing if your secondary will work as well, or maybe it won't. Okay, so if you're already in a stressful situation, you don't want to be second guessing yourself and your tools if they will work or not. Okay, so carry a good primary, carry a good secondary, and carry a good tertiary, and that goes on, your redundancy goes on depending on how critical you consider your task would be. Okay, so redundancy upon redundancy. Okay, for illumination. Personally, I prefer to carry a flashlight. It's up to you if you want to carry a headlamp, or some people carry chemical-based light sticks. So for me, one of my primary carries would be this one. This is a flashlight by K.I.S.S. This is the XT1A, and what I like about this is you have the option to program these two buttons at the back. So one button can be your lowest setting, which is good for checking up on the kids if they're already sleeping in their room. Okay, you don't want the first button to be the highest setting, because it will wake anybody up. Okay, so the other button turns the flashlight to its highest setting. In this case, this is a 1000 lumen flashlight, so that's pretty bright. Okay, bright enough for most applications, and this can also cycle through low, medium, high, and turns off. Alright, so that's my primary. My secondary would be this one. This is a Streamlight Microstream. This is a very popular flashlight, uses AAA batteries. This K.I.S.S is AA compatible, so it uses AA batteries, but also uses the similar sized 14500 rechargeables. Okay, so with these two alone, I can go anywhere, and even if I run out of battery, I can go to any convenience store around the world, and most probably I can get either a AAA or a AA battery to feed my flashlight. So I'll never be without emergency illumination. Okay, so I strongly suggest carrying two. I teach my kids and my family to always carry two flashlights, because if one fails, most probably you can't get that to work. Maybe the bulb is busted or the battery is dead. So go to your secondary flashlight immediately, right? Because if you're in the dark, any light is life. Okay, and you can also put keychain lights in your keychain, on your keychain, or clip to your bag. This is simple twist headlight. This is the i3E from Olight. Super small. Okay, not even maybe the size of my pinky, right? Super light. Okay, so that's it for illumination. Next, S is for signal. Okay, so signaling informs other people of where you are, and possibly if you need help, it calls out to people, it draws attention, and it is very hard to get a signal out if you haven't prepared for it. Okay? Shouting is not very effective. It tires you out. Possibly hurts your throat and your vocal cords, and you can't do that for very long. And shouting doesn't get very far. Okay, so the best way, in my opinion, to get a signal out is by a whistle. Okay, you can get 100 kinds of whistles out there. I prefer a metal whistle. This is a metal whistle with a pocket clip on it, and pretty loud. And even the internals of this thing is actually metal, so nothing melts if it gets hot. Okay, and nothing falls out if you accidentally drop this thing, something goes wrong. So nothing. So this is basically bomb proof. Okay, but you can get any whistle out there, sports whistles, even the plastic whistles. Kids usually wear whistles on their IDs so they can call an adult when there's danger. So I usually clip a whistle to my kids when we're out, or even when they're in school. An important consideration for this core EDC, this K.I.S.S, is it's hard to borrow or get these things when you already need them. It's hard to borrow a knife when you need a knife, or a flashlight, and definitely when you need to get a signal out, I don't know where will you get a whistle. Okay, secondary to the whistle would be this one. This, if you can see it, is actually a signal mirror. This is a micro signal mirror. It's smaller than the usual signal mirror. Okay, and it has a hole in the middle shaped like a star. Okay, some are just round holes in the middle where you can look and you can signal someone for help, to call their attention. Okay, you get these signal mirrors like this with possibly a metal chain. Okay, what I do is remove that metal chain because that metal chain actually scratches the surface. So I remove that and just replace the chain with a simple cord. Okay, and I wrap the signal mirror in just plain cling wrap or just plastic. Okay, so it doesn't scratch when I put it against other things in my bag or in my wallet. Okay, so I carry a signal mirror. Okay, so primary, secondary. If I'm outdoors, camping, fishing, or on a trip, I may carry a tertiary signal device. I usually bring an orange tarp for signaling. It doubles as an emergency shelter, but it also functions as a signaling device. You can imagine how bright this orange is. It's a folded piece of rectangular material. Okay, so the same color as this bag. So you lay it out, and if rescuers are out looking for survivors, most probably they will see a bright orange fabric even from a distance. Okay, that's the third S, the third letter of K.I.S.S, K-I.S, and the fourth letter would be another S. So the fourth letter, S, is storage. Storage means the item that keeps your core EDC together. Okay, for me, I prefer carrying a pocket organizer. This is just a small pouch that I can put my core EDC in. This is a very, very common pouch you can find online. It has 3 slots at the back. Okay, some have 4. Okay, some have 2. It depends on you what your preference is. So it's made of fabric. It has a zipper inside, zipper compartment, and it has a fabric inside to separate things. Okay, it even has a velcro front, so you can stick patches on the front. Okay, this is super cheap. I think I got this one online, maybe 100 pesos. 100 pesos, maybe that's like $2. Okay, you can find this on Amazon, Lazada, Shopee. Okay, and let me show you the patch I got. I like this patch because it's actually a verse, and it says, God is with you wherever you go, just like your EDC should be with you wherever you go. Okay, so this is storage, and I would like to point out, it doesn't have to be a pouch, a dedicated pouch. Your storage can be as simple as a split ring of a keychain. Okay, so for example, my simple K.I.S.S EDC is something I keep on a keychain if I want to travel light, or if I'm maybe at the pool, okay, and I don't have a big pouch or bag with me, so I just have my keys clipped here, maybe hotel room keys, and I have my K.I.S.S here. So K is for knife. This is Victorinox Classic SD for a knife. Very, very small. Has other tools too. I have Illumination. This is a small rechargeable flashlight. This is a night core tube. This is pretty bright for the size. And just a simple plastic whistle. And super light. Okay, clip it to your keys, throw it in your bag, and you will always have your K.I.S.S Core EDC with you. You can also use a small carabiner or snap link. Okay, these are very cheap, and you have your K.I.S.S with you. This is just a small blade holder. Okay, very, very useful for opening packages. In an emergency, they usually give you packets of noodles in as relief goods, and if you're tired, your hands are wet, okay, it's super hard even to open food packages. So that point on that blade is super useful even for opening food packages. Okay, I know a lot of you would relate if when you try to cook instant noodles and you can't open the flavor packets, right? Those things are super, super hard to tear open, especially if you don't have fingernails, okay, long fingernails. So a knife would be very useful in that situation. And of course, you can always remove it, throw it away, just replace it if you're not permitted to carry a blade wherever you're going. So this is a small blade holder. I think this is similar to the what they call the quark. Okay, the super simple stainless steel blade holder. All right, so that's your K. Illumination. I showed this earlier. This is the small twist Olight i3E. EOS, and it uses a AAA battery, lasts a long time. All right, and for signal, this is a simple aluminum whistle. You get these everywhere. Okay, very loud. Okay, it even, I don't know if you can see this, it says SOS on the whistle body, and it shows the dots and dashes of Morse code to call out SOS. Okay, super compact. Clip it to your keys, to your bag, and you have your core EDC with you. Okay, so this, as I mentioned, is just the core of your EDC. You can carry a lot more stuff beyond what is here. Okay, so if you think this is helpful, try subscribing so we can share more ideas on the channel. If you have comments or suggestions, feel free to put them in the comment section. Okay, so that's it. If you have any comments, put them down there, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.